Yeah, we'll get started today. You're invited here to learn about a business that I can guarantee one thing, you've never heard anything like it before, because I've been online since 2004 and there is nothing like it. So it's easy for me to say that. You'll be given the details by Mike Ellis, my business partner. A little bit about me. My name is Marty DeGarmo, 60 years old, lean and mean dancing machine. Part of that's not true. But anyway, I've been online since 2004. And just like anybody else, I got on, I wound up on disability. That's another story. And I said, man, I'd like to find a way to make a little income online. And I see other people doing it. And I said, well, this must be easy. A couple slaps in the head and a kick in the butt. Years went by and I lost money. I lost a lot of money. And every time I learned something new, I found out there's something I didn't know I didn't know. So you learn and learn and learn and learn. And if you're like me and you're too bullheaded to quit, you actually will learn something. Well, what happened then was, when I did learn some skills that I could build a team, I met Mike Ellis here in Dan Street, and all three of us make a pretty good marketer. I don't know how good we are alone, but the three of us do okay. What happened was, we found ourselves on the other end of the spectrum, which I guess for some people would be okay, but for me and Mike and Dan, it wasn't. And that was, we would bring people into a business, and there was many things that happened. One is, either the business stunk, it didn't do what they promised, the pay plan didn't make sense, the numbers didn't add up, and worse than all, even if we made a few bucks, we couldn't bring anybody with us. And the reason that was is, no matter what guru tells you, no matter who it is, I don't care who it is, I tell them to their face, they cannot duplicate what they know. It's absolutely impossible. I've had people tell me, hey, just do this and you'll be fine. And then they said, well, you got to get your mind right. If somebody tells me get my mind right one more time, I said the worst part is you have all these people that want to do the same thing I did, same thing Mike and Dan did, and I can't bring them with me. We couldn't bring them along because I can't share 10 years worth of me learning this crazy marketing business. So about 16 months ago, going on 17 now, we were looking around, and it seemed like, the Wizard of Oz. So we're looking for something that doesn't exist. Looking for a business that anybody can do, everybody gets a fair shake, and anybody can be successful. That sounds like pretty much pie in the sky, right? So, well, thank God, I ran into a gentleman named Peter, and he's doing this business. And I looked at it, and I said, what's it about? And I looked at it, and there's about 4 or 5 things I saw. One was, can I make money? Yes. Can the people with me make money if I bring people with me? Yes. And I went, I'm joining. I didn't even know. We hardly knew anything. Went back to Mike and Dan, and of course, they think I'm crazy anyway, but they saw what I saw and went, wow, finally, what we share can be duplicated. And I mean duplicated. Everybody can do this. So that's where we are today. And Mike Ellis is going to make it much cleaner, much nicer, and much easier to understand than I just did. So we'll listen to what Mike has. If you have any questions, my buddy Red Redford's here. He'll answer questions in the Q&A. In fact, all of us will if you have questions. And then we're going to have different people on here give you their point of view. Anyway, I want to turn it over to my friend, knows this business as well as anybody on the planet, Mike Ellis.
Yeah, thanks, Marty. And I want to welcome everybody to the webinar. And this webinar really is for the new people that are here. Perhaps you're just exploring ONPASSIVE. You want to know what it is and if it's right for you. And this webinar was set up for you. And I really want to show you ONPASSIVE through my own eyes as I came in and started to discover and learn about ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. It was set up by a gentleman named of Ash Mufareh. He is the visionary, the brain trust behind ONPASSIVE. And as I came into ONPASSIVE, I had a couple of questions. And I'm a pretty simple guy. Just give me, 1 through 5. I'll look at them and I'll decide if I want to come in or not. And the first question I had was, can I make any money? And I don't think we're all that different. I think anything you come into, obviously that is premier. Can you come in and can you make a buck? And then the second question I had is, not only can I make money, but as I share this with individuals, can they make money? And the answer to both of those questions is, oh yeah, you can make money and you can make a lot of money. And as I came into ONPASSIVE and I started to explore ONPASSIVE and learn more about ONPASSIVE, there were about 4 different concepts that I learned. And once I understood what Ash and his team were doing, I just thought to myself, this is absolutely genius, because I had never seen anything like this before. Like Marty said, it just was not out there. But as I started to learn what Ash and his team were doing, I got very, very excited about me. And I think the same thing is going to happen with you. As we look at the concepts I looked at and just absolutely fell in love with, the first one, as you come in and you start your business with ONPASSIVE, it is a self-funding business. What does that mean? It means you will come in, you will pay once, you will never go out of pocket again. Now, when I heard that, I had been in other businesses online many times, and these businesses will just suck you dry. They will take and they will take and they will take, and you never make a dime. And what I found was most people that do this, they come in, they're in for 3, 6 months, a year, and then they're gone. And the reason they're gone is because they didn't make a dime. ONPASSIVE is not that way. You will come in, you will pay once, you will never go out of pocket again. I absolutely love that. The second thing was they are going to force you to be successful as you come in and start a business with them. And when I heard this, I thought it was science fiction. I said, well, that's a really, really nice sentiment, but you can't do that. It's impossible. And what it means is they're going to force you to make money. And when that registered with me, I just said, no, there's no way that can happen. It just can't happen. And then I started to study the numbers of ONPASSIVE, the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. And when I looked at ONPASSIVE overall, yes, it is revolutionary, but the pay structure is as revolutionary as the company itself. And as I studied the numbers, it just dawned on me, yeah, they can say that because it's guaranteed. As you come in, you will be forced to be successful. Now, I have never had an argument against this. People absolutely love it. And today, because of what Ash and his team are doing and have done, it is a reality today. So those first 2 things, they were just awesome. The third one is just as important as the first 2. And that's as you come into ONPASSIVE, how does your business grow? ONPASSIVE is going to drive traffic for all of us. And if you know anything about traffic, traffic is probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. Online, offline, I don't care where it is, getting good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing, have them come in, love it, join, and pay. ONPASSIVE, after studying what Ash and his team is doing and are doing, they are the best of the best at driving traffic. And I'll give you an example. And this is really, really important because it goes to the volume that ONPASSIVE is going to be doing. About 4 or 5 months ago, ONPASSIVE decided to test their traffic sources. And what they did, they wanted to bring in 1 million opt-ins. They did not put a time period on it. It could be a month, it could be 3 months, 6 months, a year. There was no time frame. And they cranked up the traffic and let it run. And in 4 days, they brought in 1 million opt-ins. Now, if you know anything about traffic, if you've been in business, you know how difficult it is to get eyes in front of what you're doing. What Ash and his team did was unbelievable. I have never seen that before. I've been online for 12 years. I've done just about everything there is to do online. And to be able to run that volume of traffic bodes so well for us, those individuals that come in and participate with ONPASSIVE. It's a really, really great place to be. And as we think about the traffic, it really is all about the volume, 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 volume. And when we put together another product that ONPASSIVE has, which is AI, artificial intelligence, and you link it with traffic, all of a sudden it becomes a very, very formidable tool. And instead of taking 4 days to bring in 1 million opt-ins, I believe with the AI, artificial intelligence, this is how powerful this is. They can do it in 2 days or 1 day or 12 hours. Now think about that kind of volume. And I want you to keep that in the back of your head, because it's going to become very, very pertinent as I continue with the presentation. The last thing that Ash has is the customer side. And obviously the customer side is as important as any of them. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. And because of what Ash and his team have done, and his team is in India, in Bangalore, and Hyderabad, they've got about 700, 800 technicians that build all the products of ONPASSIVE from the ground up. They are proprietary and they are cutting edge technology. And it's funny, if you go online, most of the technology that we see online now and use, it's old technology. People have taken the old technology, wrapped it up, put a bow on it, thrown it out there, and people will come in and use it. And by the way, these people make millions. But when we think about the tools of ONPASSIVE, they're the best of the best. You can't find any better at a lower price point. And the tools range from anywhere from an automated marketing platform. That's the first tool they came out with. And that tool has all the tools that marketers use online to market. And again, I've been on 12 years. I've used all these tools. ONPASSIVE has taken all these tools, whether it's a funnel builder, whether it's a page builder, whether it's an autoresponder, whether it's a communication module, whether it's traffic, put it in one automated marketing platform under one umbrella. We can go there and use all these tools, and they are superior. People are going to love them. So as customers come into ONPASSIVE and start to use the tools of ONPASSIVE, they're never going to leave, because the technology is so good. The price point is better. They're absolutely going to love it. Why are they going to love it? It makes their job easier, whatever that job is, whether it's K through 12, whether it's college, whether it's small, medium, large businesses, whether it's governments. It will make their job easier, whether it's doing a webinar or making money online. That's why these tools are so good. So how do we all come into ONPASSIVE? Today there's a position. It is the founder position. It is a $97 position. It will lock your position in ONPASSIVE. It will lock your position in the pay structure. That second one's really, really important. The other thing it allows us to do, it allows us to actually build a team while we're waiting for ONPASSIVE to launch. And ONPASSIVE is scheduled to launch 2020 this year. And during that time, if you have an inclination to build a team, you can. And there are some tangible benefits to building a team, and I'll get into that in just a second. But that's what the founding position does. $97 locks you into the company, locks you into the pay structure, and gives you the ability to build a team. After that, we will all come into ONPASSIVE as it launches this year, 2020. We will all come into customers. We have to pick a membership level. There are 4 of them. Each membership level has a product package in it. When we pick a membership level, we get that product packet to use, i.e. we are a customer. You go into your back office, you click a button, you become an independent reseller of the IT product. That's really, really important. That's where we all want to be. We want to be in a place where ONPASSIVE can pay us. So you click the button, become an independent reseller of the IT product. As we look at the pay structure of ONPASSIVE, there are no qualifications. Whatever lands under you, whatever customer, whatever sale lands underneath you, you get paid. There are no qualifications. You don't have to buy, you don't have to sell, you don't have to share. The membership fee that we pay, we are paying ONPASSIVE to build our business. We are outsourcing our business to ONPASSIVE, i.e. you will come in once, you will pay a membership level, and then after that, the monthly payment that we have will be taken from the proceeds that you make with ONPASSIVE. You will pay once, you will never pay again. As we look at the independent reseller position, it's an extremely powerful position because of everything ONPASSIVE is going to be doing for us. And I want to talk about one other product and talk about volume, because as we talk about volume, it's really, really important to know that we all get paid off of the volume of ONPASSIVE. And on passive, because they're going to be driving traffic and bringing in customers for us, it's a really, really big deal. One of the products of OnPassive, one of the modulars of OnPassive is a communication module. And in that module, there is one product, it is a webinar service, one product of OnPassive. And I want to compare it to what we're doing today. We're doing a Zoom today. The webinar is on Zoom. And Zoom is a big dog on the online ecosystem. And there are about 200 million people that do Zooms a day. That gives you an idea of how big the Zoom webinar service is. When you compare the two, the OnPassive webinar service and the Zoom webinar service, the Zoom webinar service, it is old, worn out technology. OnPassive webinar has been built from the ground up from the brightest of the brightest technicians in India. This thing is so far superior to Zoom that I believe, in my opinion, in the course of a year, I'm not sure Zoom will be in business because of OnPassive. Now we're talking about millions and millions of customers. There are 25 other there are 25 other webinar services out there. Zoom, OnPassive webinar service is better than all of them, including Zoom. And the millions of people that are out there that are going to come into OnPassive, it is just going to blow your mind. And what I want you to think about is, if you've locked your position in, paid the $97, and we've got 5, 10, 15, 20 million people coming in because of one product, what is that going to do to your bottom line? I can tell you, you're going to like it. But that's one product, guys. OnPassive, as we launch to the world, will have around 40 different products. A lot of the products we haven't been introduced to. Some of them I can't talk to you about because this is an open forum. But I can tell you, if we just looked at the webinar service, I believe OnPassive would be a unicorn company. That's a company with a value of $1 billion in a year's time. I don't think they'd have any problem doing that at all. Now you add the 39 other products or so, all of them just as good as the webinar service, all of them built from the ground up, cutting edge technology, the best of the best at a better price point. Now you're looking at a company that, as we launch to the world this year, we will launch as a unicorn company, a company that has a value of $1 billion, either the first day or shortly after that. And the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing, it's not in the millions, it's in the tens of the millions and up. So OnPassive, as we look at it, and we look at those 4 things, self-funding, forced to be successful, drive traffic for you, customers royalty, and then you add the volume that OnPassive is going to be doing, we are in such a unique position. It is a really, really cool place to be. And as you continue to explore OnPassive, I think you're going to come to the same results that I did. I just want to share a couple more things before I get off. Number one, Ash had a meeting with his money men about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And he got in front of these gentlemen, and they're talking money, finance, that kind of stuff. And one of the bankers chimed up and he said, Mr. Mufareh, can I ask you a question? And Ash said, sure, you can ask anything anything you want. And the banker came in and he goes, I see OnPassive, I see what it's doing. It's just absolutely awesome. And I believe as OnPassive launches to the world, you will be the richest man in the world or one of the richest men in the world. And my question for you, Mr. Mufareh, is why would you share this wealth? And Ash was a little puzzled, and he chimed up and he said, well, why wouldn't I share it? And obviously the banker was talking about us as founders because Ash is sharing the wealth with us. And his response, why wouldn't I share the wealth? Why wouldn't I want to make people's situation better? Why wouldn't I want to take care of those financial burdens that people have? Why wouldn't I want to change the world? And the banker's a banker. They don't give you anything. He didn't understand that. But what it did is it showed me the heart of Ash Mufareh. It showed me the heart of OnPassive. And I can tell you the majority of the founders that are on this webinar, they feel the same way. OnPassive was made for you and I to succeed, to take care of that bottom line. The last thing I want to share with you is the customer side. And again, this shows the genius of OnPassive. And I'll go through this very quickly and then hand it back over to Marty. I believe that 80% of the customers will come into OnPassive and all they're going to want to do is buy the products and use them and pay the monthly fee. Why? Because the products are so superior. They're going to make their lives easier. They don't care about OnPassive. They've got a large budget. Again, they could be K through 12. They could be college. They could be small, medium, large business. They could be governments, and it will be governments. They don't care about the cost. They care about making their job easier. Again, we're a lot alike. Let's make it as easy as we can. And these people will come in, they'll pay the fee, and they'll pay the monthly fee. That is really, really good for us because we get paid off the monthly volume. And all of a sudden, our income has become residual month after month after month. But there is a small portion of people in there, maybe 20%, that will come in. Again, they're going to come in, they're going to love the products, they're going to use the products, and they're going to pay for the products monthly. But it's a little different for them. They're on a tight budget, and they're always wondering, can I afford this next month? And here's the genius behind OnPassive. As these individuals come in and buy the product and they pay the monthly fee, over time, that cost will go down. Over time, that cost will be zero. Over time, OnPassive will pay them to use the product. We will never lose a customer. And I believe these individuals, the 20%, will come in, find out that they're making more money with OnPassive, just get rid of what they're marketing and get into OnPassive full time. This is so ingenious. I absolutely love what Ash and his team have done. As Ash started to think about building OnPassive, his main goal, one of them, was to take the 97% online that come online and fail for whatever reason, but that is the real number, and turn that number around. Make it 97% of the people that come online and succeed, i.e. forced to be successful. It is a reality today. It will change lives, and I believe in a very, very short period of time, will change the whole ecosystem online and will change the world in very, very positive ways. Take care of that bottom line for a lot of people that need the help. Marty, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Take it wherever you want, and we'll kick it around a little bit.
Fantastic, Mike, as always. I mean, you know, I was looking at different scenario that how you could look at this. I've had some people say, well, I may not use a webinar, I may not use this, I may not use that. It doesn't matter. If you owned part of a Walmart and they walk through the cash register and they buy whatever they're buying, whether you use it or not, if you got a small piece of that pie every time somebody walks by, what more could you want? And by the way, it's not one cash register, it could be 100. It could be 100 Walmarts, it could be 500 Walmarts. There's no limit to how much you could make in OnPassive. I'll tell you that right now. There is a zero, no cap. You can make whatever it is that's out there. And I was thinking about when Mike was talking about Zoom, for example, what we're using now. The popularity of webinars or being able to talk on the computer or laptop has grown unbelievable amount, obviously, in the last 6 months. To give you an example, Zoom was worth about $19 billion a year ago, 2 weeks ago. It was 19 billion, which is it's a big chunk of change. This year, when they reevaluated, it was 129 billion. They picked up over $100 billion in value. That's one product. That's just one. And there's a really good chance that, you know, OnPassive is going to bite a big chunk of that pie. Okay, and where does it go? It goes to people on OnPassive. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I want you to keep in mind and always go back to this. Automation, 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 hands-free. You do not need to market. That's why we're here. They will build it for you. That's why we're here. They will build your team and build your wealth for you. You're paying them to do it. People say, Mike said to you, you pay one time, and then it comes out of your profits. It's a beautiful, beautiful system. I don't know anybody that would say no to it once you know. And there are little other details and all, and I want you to picture each one of these products, whether it's the webinar or it's a funnel builder or a page builder, is a company within one platform. So if there's 30 of these, it's 30 companies on one platform. And I mean, from the button that was put on that circuit board all the way to the day you get it is proprietary, it's top notch, and ahead of its time. That's the beauty of all of this. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this, that you are able to be part of the next Amazon, Walmart, all these big companies that came out, Apple. Imagine if Jeff Bezos came to you in the late 90s or mid 90s, said, hey, how would you like to join me? Knowing what you know now. Nobody in their right mind would say no. I mean, it's just impossible. And most of us here, everyone here was here to make some kind of income online. That's why we're here. And this thing about, oh, you don't have the right mindset, you don't have, that's not true. People make money, they will stay. It's that simple. And if you have a product that's in high demand, you know what's beautiful too? None of these products have to go out and be sold. They're being sold right now. All you need to do is be better than them, and they will be. It's a winner chicken dinner, right? So I'm going to introduce other people so you can get their perspective on it. I'm going to start with my top right, Mr. Key Wendell. If you can unmute yourself, I know you're outside. I hope we can hear you. Let us know what's up.
Can you hear me, Marty?
Yes, no problem.
Got me? Good. Guys, my favorite subject in school was recess, and it's too beautiful for me to be inside. I'm actually at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. The subdivision I live in is right across the street, and this is in my backyard. Actually, this is an F4. The gentleman's name who's on that plane is a personal friend of mine. I am an Air Force brat, and my passion is supporting vets across this country. And I've raised tens of thousands of dollars for the Air Warrior Courage Foundation. And that's one of the reasons why I'm in ONPASSIVE. I do an Oktoberfest almost every year. We're not doing it this year because of COVID. And those funds that we raise from kids in this neighborhood when I grew up, I'm 58 years old, 59 in a couple weeks. We all get together and we have a good time, and we raise funds for the Air Warrior Courage Foundation. The networking gig bit me when I was an undergrad at East Carolina University, and I got involved with some guys, and I'm gonna name a few of them: Arlen Hines, Ken Rayner, Monty Little, Paul Miller, and Bill Britt. If any of you, told you I'm at Seymour Johnson Air Force, guys, you probably hear taps being played out that anthem. If you recognize any of those names, Bill Britt had one of the most successful organizations in the world of network marketing, and that was through a company called Amway. Bill Britt's funeral was 20 minutes from where I'm sitting right now in LaGrange, North Carolina. So this whole environment of people networking bit me a long time ago, and I've never really let go of it. But I have never, and I say never, seen what I'm seeing with ONPASSIVE. I mean, right now I can say good morning Vietnam. It's 4 something in the morning there, and somebody might be watching this. And they probably know what that is behind me. That's an F4, very heavily used in theater in Vietnam. But my why of being involved with ONPASSIVE, guys, it's time freedom for me. I'm a respiratory therapist. I work in the medical field. Marty has chatted with me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning before. I am on the front line of COVID-19. I have seen people die from COVID. The last patient I intubated was a 23-year-old female with asthma, and usually it's somebody that has comorbidity. Diabetes seems to be the worst comorbidity to have. These are tough times. I can tell you, if any of you are looking at this and have a friend in the medical field, don't think that they're 100% happy and they're making great money. Pretty much everybody I know is looking for an out of the medical field. It's tough. It's a tough time. It's a tough gig. I was going to tell Marty where I think some of this is going. Last year I had to have an ablation for AFib, A-flutter, and I've heard Bill Williams speak of it. This little device I'm holding up, see how thin and small that is? That does a 6-lead EKG, hospital grade quality. The physician that signed off for that with the FDA is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I can do a 6-lead EKG right here in front of you right now. And if I see AFib or a flutter, I can email it to my physician. Where I think ONPASSIVE might go, and I think I probably have some ideas I could share with Ash. One of my favorite movies had Williams in it, and it was the Gesundheit Institute. You know what I'm talking about. I think we could start a hospital and we could call it Bless You. And we could have physicians here in the United States, Israel, all over the world, and people could use devices like what I'm just showing. This is called a Cardia. And you could send a quality, hospital quality grade EKG to a physician across the globe, and they could diagnose you with AFib and A-flutter. Blood pressure cuffs now are Bluetooth. Pulse oximeters now are Bluetooth. I've got a follow-up with one of my surgeons that did my AFib last year, and I canceled it because I don't need the appointment, but it was going to be done like this, to a Zoom televisit. And I was going to have to do an EKG, do a pulse ox, do a blood pressure, and then he and I'd get on pace and I'd tell him my numbers or I'd send them to him. And I think that's where we're going, guys. I think that's where medicine's going to go, especially as the internet improves and we get people in rural areas that have the capability to have internet. I can see ONPASSIVE being involved in that. Dr. Williams might even can speak to that. I mean, he's already talking about the educational process of, and there's a board, they all signed off on it, they're on it, and they're going to do lectures and they're going to use the Connect Me program. Guys, if you hear some buzzing in a minute, it's because the jets are getting ready to fly over. And I make no apologies for it. That's our freedom. But that's it, Marty. That's pretty much all I got. I'm here. I'm on the internet. I'm anywhere. If you guys have questions, if I can help anybody. I'm a big cut up. I like to have a good time. I work hard. And like I said, my favorite time of school was recess, and that's why I'm outside.
Hey, Marty.
By the way.
Yeah, that's Marty. Let me say a couple of words. You know,
Okay.
You had the taps behind you. I'm an Army brat, and I can remember driving on post with my dad, and that taps would go. He would stop the car. We would get out and stand at attention while he would salute. And it brings back such really, really fond memories. Great place to live. Absolutely great.
Thanks, Mike. And actually, I'm going to do a little pan here. That's the school that I went to elementary. It's been rebuilt, and my subdivision is there. I wasn't going to say this, but I will. The gentleman's name who's on that F4 is a personal friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name. He helps me with the Air Warrior Courage Foundation. It's where my heart is. It's where my passion is. And thanks.
I'm so glad I finally got you on your key. I knew you had something to say. And again, thanks for the hat. And we'll be talking a lot more. I talk to you a lot online anyway. And you're easy to get a hold of because you're up all the time. I don't think you sleep anyway. So
yeah,
anyway,
I sleep 3 or 4 hour block.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to move on to, we got a lot of ladies here because I'm not stupid and I don't want to get beat up. Let me see. Let me go to Kathryn because you're on my top right, and that way I won't forget. How you doing, Kathryn? You got to unmute yourself.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Friedman, and currently I reside in Lake Worth, which is West Palm Beach, Florida. We've been here since 1980, and but I was born in New Jersey, raised in Vermont. My dad was a dentist, and he retired he retired at age 65 in 1980, and my parents came to Florida, and we all kind of followed them, and that's how I got to Florida. But anyway, but I am a mental health. I'm a psychologist. And I was a dental hygienist for 20 years, and then I went to grad school when I was in my 30s. I'm 68 years old. My husband's 88 years old. We're both original founders. I joined ONPASSIVE on October 23rd, 2018. And my husband joined on November 30th, 2018. Kicking and screaming, I joined. and I'll tell you why. I've had my own practice, private practice since 1994 here in West Palm, and so we're both entrepreneurs, but we have no residual, we have no passive income at all. And my dad outlived his money. He lived almost as long in retirement as he worked. And he had money, but it didn't, we took care of them, of course, but he had no passive income. And I love listening to Dr. Bill because it really brought it right home. But that was when I first got introduced. How did I get introduced to online marketing as a psychologist? Because when I started my business, there wasn't even we didn't have computers. I did direct mail and phone follow-up as my marketing system. But I didn't even know what that was called at that time. But anyway, as the healthcare grew and the managed care came into play, and we had to have computers and all that, I have always been around computers because my oldest brother, who was part of the team that opened up the original IBM in Boca Raton, Florida, he also was the first person to bring wireless internet into the Rocky Mountains. We're avid skiers. So I was always intrigued, but I never really had time to get involved. And one day I was sitting in my office back in 2014, and I was thinking about what's going to happen when I don't want to work anymore. And because my husband is like, you got to work till you die. You got to work until you die, otherwise you're going to die early. And I said, I don't want to do that. So, and he's a mechanical engineer, and he's had his own industrial air compressor company since the 60s. And his son runs it now. But so I got a phone. I think I got a phone call. I don't know, I got a phone call or an email from someone from the company that got nailed by the FTC, and everybody lost a lot of money. I'm not going to say, I'm sure you're all familiar with that company. And I joined. I didn't even know what I was doing. And I paid my $47, and I started working through the steps. At step 6, they want you to become they want you to hitch up for 2,000, and it's all the way up to 30. And so I can remember sitting in my living room with my husband, and my business coach was on the Skype, and he's going, "It's ready. You're ready. Are you ready to make that decision to go to gold?" And I said, "I want you to give me the money out of the house so I can pay $30,000 and become a gold member." And then 3 months later, they crashed. So so when my friend, who was involved with this as well, called me up and she said, "Kathy, I just sent you these two videos. You got to watch them." And I said, "I'm not going to watch them at all." I said, "I'm done." And she says, no, you really got to watch them. And I said, "Look, I saw the pictures. They look really weird. The way he was sitting. I don't know if anybody remembers the original two marketing videos that Ash made. But my husband and I listened to them several times, and we got it. We actually, after when our minds, when we cleared all the garbage out of our brain, and we really listened to him and listened to his heart. You say, "Why are you here?" It's the heart. It's why. It's this collaboration that we're doing, and everyone's so willing to help, and it is, yes, to help us, but there's another why as well. But I said, I'm in. And so I joined first because Bob was like, my husband was like, "I don't know if I'm ready to join it." I said, "Okay, you can wait a while, and I'll learn everything about it as I can." And then I said, "But I'm not going to tell you anything. If you want to learn about it, you have to listen to the webinars." So he did, and then he decided to join. He joined on the 30th of November. So we're excited, and but I live in Palm Beach County, and I don't know if anybody else does, but it's very difficult to market to people in Palm Beach County because if they think it's an MLM, because they have they don't think outside the box at all. Maybe a few people, but not the people that I know or we've come in contact. So it's been hard to build a team. I have a small team, but now that I have met you, Marty, I'm very appreciative because we have now a plan. And the other thing is with COVID, teachers are just, they're quitting. They don't want to go to work. My daughter's a special ed teacher, and she has a suppressed immune system, which runs in our family. And if she gets COVID, she'll die. She could die. And she had no choice because her husband is home during the day, taking care of the baby, and then works at night, you know, and because he didn't want to get the big job with the federal government. He wanted to do it the easy way. So, okay. But so I see her and it panics me, but then all of her friends are panicked too, because if they didn't work, they didn't get paid. Unpaid leave. Sure, you can take unpaid leave. No, not with a 3-year-old. So, and a student loan that we paid off. But so she's now involved. I just signed her up, and we're in the process of it. And then she's gonna, this weekend, we're planning to, she's getting all her friends together, and we're gonna sign everybody up because she finally got it. She was like, Mom, I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I said, you need to hear it. I don't want you to die. You need to hear this. And so that's, and I think it's going to be a very excellent thing. And I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it because I have a lot of friends whose children are teachers. So what else about me? So that's why I joined Founded, because of his heart. I mean, you know, when I listened to him and I really listened to Ash and that he wanted to buy shoes for all these children, I said, I'm in, because I want my other why, besides taking the pressure off of us and my 88-year-old husband who is, thinks he has to work till he dies, but is to be able to have some fun, time freedom, have fun. We have a house in Colorado, but we can't go because of we can't travel right now. You're talking about, you have AFib, I don't know, is it key? My husband has a Bluetooth pacemaker in his left atrium. He had double bypass and he has AFib, but he's very sensitive to medication. So if he gets COVID, it's it for him. So we've been very careful. I mean, but once this gets rolling and we can just go and get there and stay, I don't want to live in Florida anymore, because with the global warming, it's awful. It's so hot. It's so hot. I do all the work outside because he can't handle it. So it's not nice here anymore, really. And but my other why is I am a member of the Wounded Warriors team, and I ski with them when I'm out there, and you see these guys who have no legs, or they, you know, and they're amazing skiers, and then you're standing in the lift line, and my sister-in-law says, well, my knee hurts, and I just give her a jab, and I go, look at the guy, you know, look at him over here, don't complain. But no, my goal is, and I've been talking to Vail Corporation, is I want to help fund a after-school ski program for children who are underprivileged and also who have disabilities. And I'm an old ski instructor from years back, and that's my other why, is that to do that. And I'm excited about it. And but I'm here. I don't know all the products, but just the first product. The first product that I think Mike was talking about, when you had to have Aweber, and you had to have ClickFunnels, and you had to have this, and you had to have that. And I mean, you're spending more money than you're earning in a month on product, and it just doesn't work. And forget traffic. It's very hard. So that's why I'm here, and I'm here for the community and people. Because it's a great team. So,
Kathryn, thank you.
You're welcome.
You did absolutely amazing. Everybody.
And I also want to market my husband. I have to say one more thing. My husband,
yeah.
sorry, my husband. We're old sailors, but we don't really sail anymore. And he went to Annapolis and got his 1-ton license years ago, but we had a 46-foot sailboat, and luckily we sold it before the first hurricanes in 2004. But he restores antique pond boats that they used to sail on the Charles River and stuff they're not motorized. And he restores them to perfection, and he sells them all over the world on eBay. So what is he going to do with this company? He's going to
Yeah,
sell.
very good. Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thank you very much. You did a fantastic job.
thank you.
Where am I going now? Let me go to Tyra. Unmute yourself and slap it on us.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyra and I live on Vancouver Island, BC, Canada, my mini Mediterranean. I used to live in Saskatchewan my whole life and I hated -40 every winter, but somehow I just didn't move, and finally my husband and I did 5 years ago and we were so happy we did. You know, there's so many reasons why I could say, why did I get into this? Why did I join ONPASSIVE? Why did I become a Go founder? But the thing of it is, I'll back up a couple years. For about 3 years, I was with a company. I had to pay a large amount to get in. I had to do all the advertising myself on social media. Each year I had to pay a large amount to continue. And Mike had mentioned earlier about how with the combination of the AI and the traffic, how it will actually be driving traffic to us. Well, if you've ever done any advertising on social media, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're not all without hair, because it's constantly changing. You learn something, you think, oh, I just about got it, and it's completely different again. So for 3 years, I was banging my head against the wall, really trying. And, you know, it's kind of like the carrot hanging out there on the stick. You think, oh, but look at that one. Look at how much money, look. And it just never happened. So back in June of this year, I heard from a friend of mine about becoming a Go founder, about ONPASSIVE. And like many that I have talked to, they all said, that's too good to be true. And it's like, yes, it is. Join now. You know, it's like once you realize it's, oh my goodness. So I heard and I watched, I think, one video. I can't remember if it was of Marty or Mike, or yeah, Mike. I signed up. I didn't even have a clue what all was going on. But, you know, after 3 years and the tens of thousands that I was spending left, right, and center, zero return. Honest to goodness. Even my accountant was saying, what are you doing? And my husband said, woman, when does it end? And I said, honey, I signed up for this. He said, wait a second, how come we didn't talk about it? I said, because it's something, it's going to happen. I just knew it. And then the second video I heard, Ash had come on. It was a very long video, and I was so glad I stayed on, because the heart of Ash, like, oh my goodness, to hear a CEO, and I'm gonna try not to choke up, but when he talked about what is the sense of having money, of being wealthy, if you're not helping people, why are there poor people? Why are there kids without food? Why? And I listened to this and I honestly began to cry, because my background was working with street kids. I had ran a drop-in center for 5 years, Aboriginal kids, drug homes, all of this. And when I heard that, it was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't know everything and I just signed up, because look what I'm learning now. And it just committed me so much more to this company and what the heart of it is, you know. And some people have been saying to me, oh, well, it's this and it's that, and how do you know it's going to do anything? And oh, what if I lose my money? I said, listen, if you're married, take your spouse out 3 nights for dinner, and you're looking at maybe $300. it's gone. You ate it, it's gone. You could put that amount in, and my goodness, God himself only knows what's going to happen, because even Mike, every time he talks about something, it's like, it's bigger than we thought, it's bigger than we thought. And so that's what really brought me into just totally being committed. It's real people. And I'm not saying that other businesses aren't, because the business I was in before, it's real people. But it was always this carrot on the stick, and I never got there. And it was like, here I am with a system that is telling me, you don't have to do anything. We'll build. Listening to Mike again, we'll drive traffic to you. It's like, oh my goodness, that is a no-brainer. And something that I have really talked about, and even in my other business, I often kind of branded myself, if you will, was the whole time freedom. But yes, we all want money. But you know what I've learned, and I'm sure you all have, it's not about the money. The money's the conduit to get you into time freedom. And why do you want time freedom? Well, for me, things like that. I've gone on mission trips to Vietnam and Cambodia. I've gone to other places. And what are we doing? We're helping the poor. Well, you know what? If I had more money in my pocket, I could help even more. So that's my whole, like I said, where do you begin with your whys? I could go on and on and on, because it's like, it's a no-brainer. It's easy peasy. I mean, I said to my husband, I did this, I signed up quickly. And he started asking me all these questions. I said, it doesn't matter, honey. I'm signing you up. And he's like, wait a second. I said, never mind. 97 is nothing. So he doesn't even turn on a computer. But I said, it doesn't matter. I phoned my kids. I phoned whoever would stop and listen to me. And I said, like, come on, you guys, really, you could get yourself to a position where you're freed up, and you could be doing those things that are in your heart. Because I know so many people that, I wish I had more money, I could help this, I could help my family, my grandkids, well, hey, here's our opportunity. So yeah, that's my excitement. I'm sorry, but I'm in it to win it, as they've been saying. That's it for me, guys.
Tyra, thank you. I'm so glad that we finally got you on. I've been trying to get you on. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. We have one more person here. Marie, I see you all over our Facebook group all the time. Unmute yourself and let us have it.
Hi. Can you hear me?
No problem.
Okay, my introduction is, this is the truth. I'm not a technical person and I had a hard time coming in, and I don't know why I get in. I was just, I was just talking to God. If you really want me to talk, then you have to turn on, because I don't know. And now, okay. I'm Marie Delia Sale. I'm 56 years old. I have 4 kids, and I'm a Filipina. Currently, I'm living in Texas, Houston, Texas. I have to hold my emotion. Okay. You would believe that I've been doing this networking for quite a while, 30 years. And I met all the CEOs, and I became a leader, but I was unsuccessful, 0. And I always struggled because of the old system, Anglo system, that I didn't realize. I've been working so hard, I always in pain. And later on, the last company that I decided to join was not, I don't know if it is a networking. I had a partner, my best friend, and we joined and we paid $2,000. My goodness. And 10 days after, I was studying because I'm not a technical. It shut down. And then, my God, what happened? And all the people, thousands of people were really desperate. Some even committed suicide. And it was so really painful for me. So I decided to really think, what should I do with my life? All of these things in online is not working. Offline and online is not working. So I found that my own self, my vibration is not fitted to what I really want to go. So I changed myself. This one, my mindset. It was not really beautiful. I was in fears, full fears. That's why I chased everything in general of my life. And I worked so hard. I take care of my family. I do business offline and online, but nothing happened because of my mindset. At that moment when I was hurt, I changed my mind. I shifted to be positive. I had to decide it because if I don't, how could I really live in this life? So one time I meditated in the park. I was alone. And then there's an idea that came into my mind. You are beautiful. Your life is beautiful. I don't know where is that idea. And then when I look up the sky, there is a light. It was already 7 o'clock, and there's a light coming in my phone. And it's an insect that's so bright and so smooth. What is that? But I feel so good. I was so happy. What is that? It is a phenomenal. And then there is an idea. You need to change this beautiful. I cannot really remember, but I just feel good. And when I went home, I was happy. And then my family said, oh, where did you go, mommy? And when I opened my laptop, my sponsor, Jeff Boss, was messaging me and make friends with me. And he offered me a link. And then he said, listen to this. And after that, let me know of the days if you resonate, and I'll give you a link. What link? Something. Okay. So when I listened to that link, I didn't finish it because I was crying already. I was crying, and then I just told him to give me the link. He gave me the link, and when he gave me the link, oh my God! When I heard Ash Mufareh's voice, I cannot stop crying. I don't understand it. It just resonated my innermost being that I decided to really shift my mind. So when he was speaking, his gentleness and his purity touched me, struck me. I don't even understand what he's talking about. I just trust that person is an instrument of what I decide to really be positive and just use love ahead of money. Because even for 30 years, I've been doing money first before love. So I know in my inside that this man is gonna change my life. I don't know you. I don't know my sponsor, but I believe this would be beautiful. So I'm so excited. And then I clicked the link and just registered it. And then, yeah, I was registered. And that money is the last money that I got. Yeah. And then then when I registered, my sponsor was shocked. You registered? Yeah. And then, oh, I didn't a hard time convince you. And then in my incentive to convince you because I already know what I am. I am in. I don't understand. I don't want to understand. I don't want to know, but it is just so feeling beautiful. And I know this would be amazing. And this would be the answer of my request because I've changed my mindset. And that mindset, when it becomes positive, it will connect to your feelings, of course. Yeah? So it feels so good. And that feeling good is love. So it resonates me to Ash Mufareh, and then at that time on, to make the story short, if I'm a student, I'm perfectly in my attendance. I'm not absent. And then I always cry of joy that I don't even understand it until last year. A lot of people offering me online businesses, and then I said no, but I need to have money. But I just joined it because they are enrolling me. I don't take my money. So I made money with that, but in my inside, I know GoFunders is the best for me to really do it. So now I have, to be honest, I have 6 projects. And I know I'm going to put that in my ONPASSIVE platform because I know you guys telling us that the platform is very good for business. And these people are enrolling me anyway. I don't really pay them. So this is phenomenal for me. So I just really feel good about this, and with all your YouTube, to Mike and Jeffrey and Marty and everyone who is really a synchronization of what I feel, it is phenomenal. And I know deep in my heart, before I know everything about ONPASSIVE, I know this is magical because my life was magical already, and it connected me to this platform. So I believe that in general of your life, great things begins in the inside. And if that inside is pure love, divine love, it is always connected to where you want to go. So the reason why I joined this, because I know where I am going. Just a moment, because life is just a moment. I don't depend on Ash. He is the most beautiful man, the most beautiful CEO. I've been really meeting CEOs. He is the purest heart, and it connects to my core. And all these people here, Marty and Mike and Jeffrey and all of you, everyone, I see you also beautiful. So my world is so beautiful. I can see when people say coronavirus or whatever. I cannot see it. I cannot see it because I don't even watch news for 30 years. Since I got married, I don't watch TV. I don't watch negative. So my world is so beautiful. So that's it. GoFunder is the best thing for me. GoFunder, I don't want to understand, but I know it. This is a divine thing. This is, I consider Ash Mufareh as a second Jesus. Why? Because his mission is for humanity. And I see it to all the leaders here. You have a heart. Yes, eight-eyed heart. I believe that. And when I really tell people, I don't feel I convinced them. I should not. I just give my heart. Right now, I just give my heart. I don't even know what to say, but I just, when I saw Marty, I said that one person because I don't really see his post every time. So I'm taking care of myself. I'm not chasing people. I just take care of myself. And when I'm online, it's just reaching what I have inside me. So when I saw that yesterday, Marty, I want to join. So I don't know. I'm just bringing my heart here. And that's what I always do every single time. And God bless each one of you and see you at the top. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Marie, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're definitely excited, okay? No doubt about that. Yeah, I'm excited too. Just watching you blows me away. We're about an hour now, but I'd like to hear from Mr. Red if he had any questions or any input.
Yeah, hey Marty, how you doing? Got a few, not too many. The recurring one always is ONPASSIVE, a registered company. Yes, it is. It was registered first back in July of 2018 in Florida. It's also registered in over 200 countries and territories now at the moment. How many times do I have to pay? You only have to pay once as a founder and once out of pocket on launch. Can I market more than one business within the ONPASSIVE business? The answer to that is you can. Yes, you can, as long as it is validated by ONPASSIVE itself. You can market more than one business, but it does have to be legal and it does have to be registered. Do all the subscription levels have automation involved with them? The answer to that is no. At the moment, this might be changing because there is going to be new information coming out just before launch. But under the old system, the first subscription level didn't have automation involved with it. The rest did. Obviously, when we have more information on this, we will let you know. And the last one here is, do we have or know any of the products that we are going to be using? Are they in existence at the moment? And the answer to that is, if you are a founder already, you will already see many of these products that we are using in our back office as a founder. These have been promised by Ash prior to the back office being launched, and they have come into use now with us. As all our founders know here, we have many of the tools that we have been promised that are there for our use. That's it, Marty.
Thanks, Red. Thank you very much. Anybody else have anything to add real quick, or Mike? Dan?
Well, I'll just add one quick thing to end it. What I've heard here tonight or today has been just absolutely amazing, hearing all these heartfelt stories from Key and Kathryn and Marie and Tyra. And it just inspires a lot of us to keep going with this company and to see it to its launch. I mean, we're all so excited about the launch. And when I see the growth of all the founders that we've brought into our team over the last 17, 18 months and how they've turned into leaders, it's just absolutely amazing. And what I'm seeing also right now, for all of you that are even considering this business, is that we have a lot of fun. There is a fun factor involved with ONPASSIVE that is second to none. And it's not just from people that you know, it's people from all over the world. We are meeting people from all over the world, and it is so exciting to, you know, I'm about ready to fly out to Spain and get Chef Red to make me a meal and sleep in one of those tents. And I mean, that was a direct result of ONPASSIVE. I wouldn't have known Red. Amazing. And a lot of other people as well. So I just like you to know that, you know, being a global company instantly is very, very, very important for any business that you are even considering. And of course, ONPASSIVE is global. We're registered in over 200 countries. So that's a big prerequisite for us, and we're having a blast, and we'd love for you to join us.
Beautiful, Dan. One more, keep in mind, automated. It was made for the 97% of the people that ever make a dime. And remember, 2% of the ones that do are not telling the truth. So it's about 1%. And they're not given a residual income, because if they stop promoting, their income stops. So it's really small. You probably haven't met anybody that has a residual income. Anyway, if you want to get info, get back to people. Anybody here, we have the info, get it. You're not going to be pushed into this. This is about, find out what's up, because if you surround people that believe it and want to do it, it's so much easier than trying to sell somebody something day after day after day. I don't do it. I don't play that game. I didn't like it happening to me, and I don't do it to anybody else. People here because they want to be and they understand the info. Yes, you can get in. I got in and didn't know everything, but I learned as I went. And that's the same with anybody else. But this is a home. You don't have to look for any other job or any other moneymaker or whatever they call it, or follow some guru or have the right mind or get about 5 tapes to listen to find out how worthless you are. Just get in, and this will take you for a ride of a lifetime. I believe that. Again, thank you to everybody here. It was outstanding. Always better than I imagined it would be, which is fantastic. And I'll see you all again. We have this every Tuesday and every Saturday at 4 o'clock. Anyway, thank you very much. And if you want info, grab somebody and get it. Because if you don't know, then you're missing out on a life-changing event. All right, see you all, and God bless. Oh, go ahead, Kathryn, go ahead.
Quick, right before we came on, I was looking in the community, and I think it's the first box that you see with it for today. Jeffrey Morlock has 2 videos, Maria, that you might want to listen to, and there's a PD. He has a PowerPoint so that you can learn about the products.
Exactly, it's everywhere. Yeah, she's right. It's everywhere. Mike Ellis has, I don't know how many hundreds of videos. I mean, it's all out there. Yeah, it's everywhere. All right, thank you, Kathryn, and I'll see you all. Thanks, everybody, for being here. All right, bye-bye.